Hi lovelies, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, on this video, let's talk about the Anupama series guys, and we'll be talking about an exciting episode that's about to go down in the Anupama series. It's quite an interesting episode, so please don't go anywhere. Watch the video to the very end to find out the shocker that will be coming in Anupama's way in this episode. But before I continue into the video, please don't forget guys that it's still UG Update. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget guys to give the video a thumbs up. Alright lovelies, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, the episode starts with Anu thinks he doesn't want to hurt Shruti and knows that he has no place in Anupama's life now. But why does he want to go back to her? Then Yashdeep asks Anuj if he's fine as he was kicking the boss. Anuj says sometimes things go our plan. Yashdeep says, I want to talk to you, but maybe your mood is bad. Then Anuj says, let's talk. Yashdeep says, we shall sit and talk. Then in another sense, Pakhi recalls Vanrsj's warning and Kavya and Dimpi's words. She thinks she knows what to do. Then she calls someone and asks, can we meet? Back to Yashdeep saying again. Yashdeep says, so I feel that we have sorted out that issue. Anuj says yes. Then Yashdeep asks, can I ask you a personal question, and asks, are you alright? He says, I can see that you are here, but your mind is worried for Shruti Ji. So Anuj says, we shall not talk about this during work. Yashdeep says, okay, I will leave. Then Anuj stops him. Yashdeep asks, do you want to talk about Anupama Ji? But Anuj signs him to sit. Yashdeep sits, then Anuj says, you both are together all day. I mean to say that you work together. Yashdeep says, I understand. Anuj asks if Anu is fine, but Yashdeep says she is trying. Anuj tells that his Anu is very courageous and praises herself. So Yashdeep says, I told Anupama Ji and I am telling you also, and ask him to just move on. He says, if you turn back, then there will be danger of accident. He says, I am sorry, and tells that you must concentrate on what you have. Else, you might not get what you wanted and might lose what you have. He apologizes to him and goes. Then Anupama sees them talking. Yashdeep goes to Anupama and then Adhik then calls Anuj and tells that cab has come and they will be leaving for home. Anuj asks about Shruti, but Aya shows Shruti who is in the cab and asks him to finish his event and come back as Shruti needs her more than her. She says, I will call you after reaching home, and says bye. Pakhi meets her police officer friend and tells that he needs such a proof against Adhik that he go away from her and her daughter's life forever. Raj says, I am a police department and not a private investigator. So Pakhi says, I just want to know how we can trap Adhik more, and says, I have proofs that Adhik has done fraud in Anuj Kapadia's office and had the proofs in pen drive when he used to get aggressive. She says she doesn't want to see him happy and wants him to be in jail. Then Raj says he is Ishani's papa and asks her to take the step carefully. She asks him to do as she says and goes, while Titu is in the same restaurant and hears them. He gets worried. In another sense, Toshu talks to the goons who comes to the event and asks them to go, and says if anyone sees them, he will lose his job. The goons ask for the extra money, but Toshu asks why extra money. Anupama sees the goons troubling Toshu and comes running. She asks them to leave her son. Then Toshu says, I will handle it, and asks her not to interfere. Anupama asks them not to come there again and asks him to say in English that she will file police complaints against us. She asks Toshu to say else she will call someone to translate. The goon asks her not to mess with them. Then Anupama asks them not to mess with Ma. Toshu then asks them to go and says he will pay their money. They warn him and gives him 24 hours and goes. Then Anupama starts asking Toshu not to break Anuj's trust. Anuj asks if everything is fine and asks about them. Then Toshu says they were visitors, but Anupama sleeps and Anuj holds her hands. In another scene, Titu comes to Dimpi's room. Then Dimpi asks him to go and says Papa left me trusting Babuji and asks him to go. Titu tells that Pakhi is planning against Adhik and wants to send him to jail. He says Adhik is not picking the call and asks for his address. Then Dimpi says she doesn't know. Titu then says we have to find out. In another scene, Anuj gives locker responsibility to Toshu and says we have given the lockers to the jewelers. He gives him keys to the lockers and asks him to make sure nothing wrong shall happen. Toshu assures him and takes the keys. Then he thinks of the goon's threats and Anupama's words. Anupama then comes to Kinjal's house and then Yashdeep helps her pick the vegetables and they laugh. Vanrsj opens the door. Then Anupama gets shocked seeing him. She tells Yashdeep that he is Mr. Vanrsj Shah and tells Vanrsj that he is her boss, Mr. Dillon. Vanrsj asks her to go inside and says he will bring the vegetables. Then Yashdeep and Vanrsj pick the vegetables bag and they go inside. Anupama goes inside and sees Ba. She hugs Ba and cries. Then she says, Ba, 5 years. Ba says yes, while Kindia hugs them too. Anuj then comes home and tells poetry. He thinks of Anupama and Yashdeep's words. Guys, it's quite a triangle. Guys, what do you think about this episode? I don't want to say much about this episode. At first, it's Anuj trying to think about the situation between him, Shruti, and Anupama. Now Vanrsj is in the picture. What do you think about the episode? What do you think about the drama? Please drop all you think on the comment section. And as you do that, please don't forget that it's still UG updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright guys, that will be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys.